Hey viewers, Hexcraft here. Before we start a few things, first off, sorry if my voice sounds a little weird. I'm getting over basically a bad cold right now that led to a sore throat and such. But yeah, had to get this video done. And for this month, seeing it's Arcane, I decided to do Jayce and probably the other champions as the month goes on. So yeah, let's get into it. As always, base skin gets a 5, and I gotta say, base Jayce really does fit the old style of the somewhat steampunk hex tech look of Piltover, because yeah, that's kind of their old stick. But honestly, for what it was a good design. Decent looking outfit, Hammer was able to tell the difference between hammer mode and gun mode pretty well with its look. All in all, it's good for a base. In all honesty, the robot-looking skin, or technically armored suit skin, is kind of weird to me. It's just more bulky and weird, and the hammer form of its weapon just looks so off-putting. Gun form looks okay, but all in all, this doesn't feel like it was made to be a Jayce skin. It was one of those weird first skins to happen, so yeah, I'm gonna give it a 5. This outfit just feels so much better for Jayce. It seems so much cleaner, nice design, really blends in with the basic model look. The only downside I feel like to this one that I'd say lowers it in my opinion is the hammer. Mainly because, well, it's not a hammer. It has no blunt sides to it. Like, it looks cool and all that, but besides having the generic shape-ish sort of thing design, this is not a hammer, and I feel like they could have given us a cool Debonair hammer to go with the suit look, so that really does bring it down in my opinion. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 6, but it's still a good skin, mainly for the suit. Now this is an excellent skin though. Yes, it's a clear Star Wars reference, but dear God, does it look good while doing it. Usually the solid, aggressive, one color look on a skin is kind of meh in its effects. A lot of times the older skins, but honestly, no, this one's really good. The effects are clean, they look brutal, and I just love the fact the hammer is always glowing. It's not just a effect you get once or twice using an ability, it's always going to have that glow. My only downside, in my opinion, is the speed gate is blue, which, yeah, it always is blue to identify it, but it just feels a little weird having blue randomly there, you know? All in all though, it's a great skin. It deserves an 8. It's so weird that this skin is as good as it is, because I'm pretty sure this is one of the earliest Paladin-esque like D&D related skins we got. I believe this one came out with Sejuani and Karthus, which is a good sign because both those are good skins. It's a really good skin, by the way. Again, coolest factor as well. Little halo over his shoulders actually changes colors depending on his weapon. And his hammer form and gun form do have a unique difference. Not just in the color, but also the gun form having this kind of lightning spear with it. All in all, it's a great skin. The only downside is I wish the effects were unique. They're just base skin effects. So yeah, I gotta give it a 7, but it's still a good skin. At first, I was going to judge this skin a bit harsher, I thought, because it's just Jayce in a school uniform. Yeah, the model looks good and all that, but again, it's a hammer that's not a hammer. And, you know, I thought it's not going to be as cool, right? But the anime effects, the lightning, the smoke, the impact, explosions, all that really highlight the skin. And honestly, yeah, it being a normal hammer would be cool and all, but it being the dramatic anime-esque design for what they think the hammer should be, I think works a lot better. It's not also following the idea of it's supposed to represent a hammer still. It is clearly floating parts to it instead of being all attached still, unlike what the Debonair had, where it was still a solid piece. All in all, this is a really good skin, really with the effects. And yeah, I gotta give it an 8. I think people are a little too hard on the skin line. Honestly, yeah, I get it. The model and the hammer, but I think it's a little too hard on the skin line. Because the effects are amazing. The airstrike with the enhanced auto from swapping to hammer mode, the rockets being fired from his cannon during gun mode, the blast of his Q, the impact mark it leaves on the ground when it's enhanced, the swing of his actual heavy hitting ability. Yeah, these feel like the hardest hitting so far of the Jayce skins, and in all honesty, it's not bad. Yeah, again, the model and the hammer are okay, but it's not that bad of a skin, honestly. The skin line gets too much grief, and I gotta give this a 7. Now, I know people are going to hate me for this, but this skin is not as good as you think. This is what Jayce should be in so far the canon lore. Again, the current lore he has in universe is kind of a mix right now, if it's canon or not, but Arcane is canon, so this is a canon look for him. Model-wise, yeah, it looks great. Hammer-wise, the hammer form's great. The gun form, I don't like the fact that the sides just open up and start spewing out energy at one point. And at the same time, the hammer just gets a little bulkier by extending certain parts. Of course, though, it's kind of just a cool skin everyone loves because A, at one point it was free with the Arcane event, and also, it's a cool skin. It's the canonic-esque Jayce skin. Canonic sex Jayce. It's a good skin. And yeah, it's a good skin, but it's not as amazing as I would think it is. The same effects, really. All in all, though, yeah, it's a 7, but people treat it like it's a golden 9 too often. I think that's a little weird. I will say, though, canonically, he fucks. And canonically, he kills kids. So I guess you could say 7 out of 10 kids would approve. This is by far the worst skin for Jayce. I don't even know what the fucking games this is supposed to refer to, because in the recall, you see it treated like it's supposed to be like baseball-esque kind of get the ball in the hoop game mode, but also shooting gave us a score, and none of his abilities reference the game at all, it feels like, and yeah, I don't even know what the fuck the game is supposed to be, but yeah, honestly, for a sports skin, I don't think they should have done futuristic sports. Sports skins in general with League are kind of a hit and miss, and this one was an extreme one. This gets a 4, just because the effects are good enough to give it from a 3. If you told me this wasn't a team skin, I might believe you, honestly. The only time it flashes the logo is the enhanced Q from its gun form, the electricity from the W in his hammer form, and the recall. Otherwise, this is a really, really nice skin. The model looks fantastic. The hammer is great. It's subtle physical changes in its 2 forms, but its visuals are great because it goes between the reddish and blue colors. All in all, though, the effects are gorgeous. The impact of the Q is so hefty. The lightning strikes and then the hammers and the blasts. This feels like a great skin. It just looks fantastic. And yeah, if you told me this was a normal skin and not a team skin, I'd believe you. Side note about the team part, I was actually informed during this past Worlds where T1 won again, so more T1 skins to have to be covered next year. But I was told to pronounce his name as Zeus, not Zeus. It's supposed to be Zeus, which before that, because of how the skin looked, I thought all this lightning and power, I guess it's Zeus. But no, I was wrong. But honestly, could you blame me? Look at this skin, it's godly. It's great, it's amazing. There's only small details that I feel like don't give it the 9 status it could have, but that's on Riot's fault, really. All in all, though, it's an amazing skin. It gets an 8. And there you have it. Hope you enjoyed. Sorry again about the quality of my voice if it's there. Again, recovering from sickness. But I hopefully can get better, and hopefully next week we can get the next skin line for the Arcane champions out. Until then, hope you'll enjoy. Have a wonderful time. Hope you enjoy Arcane. Like and comment if you will. Share or if you want. Subscribe for more. And I'll see you all next time. Peace.